Good afternoon, and welcome to Bad Dog Comedy TV live on YouTube and Stories with B. Now please welcome your host, B. Bertrand.
Hi friends, I hope you're having a nice day today. I've tried to precariously balance my computer on a whole bunch of different things at the perfect angle so you can't see how messy my apartment is behind me. But I hope you're having a really nice day today. Welcome back to another Stories with B. We have this very lovely, I call it cute, wholesome talk show every Friday. And this whole kind of concept started at the beginning of quarantine. Everything was so weird and kind of sad. And I was trying to figure out something nice to do that maybe might be gentle and make people feel nice. And I've always kept all the books that I had growing up. So each night I would read a story before bed, and it kind of turned into this lovely thing. And now we have this show, and each week I get to bring a special friend on, and I'm so excited this week for my special friend. I feel like it was a little bit of a selfish ask because although I love them very much and they're so talented and wonderful, I've been feeling really anxious lately, and every time I see them or talk to them, it always makes me feel very warm and happy. So my special friend this week is a comedian and an entertainer and a musician and a whole lot of lovely things. So please welcome Al Val.
Hi.
Hi.
You're going to make me cry right before I even show up on camera, B? What are you doing?
I feel like we have this lovely thing, and you just make me so happy all the time, and I have such a warm fondness in my heart for you. And I guess I started this off real sappy and weird, but I'm really excited that you're here, and I'm really proud of you.
Likewise. What's that?
You. How have you been? I've been so weird and spirally and trying to do my best, and everything is so strange.
Yeah, it's hard to keep the outside noise outside of you, if that makes any sense. It's hard not to let the doom and gloom of external happenings get to you. But in quarantine, I really realized how I speak to myself, how the kind of conversations you have when everything shuts down and you're all alone and you're isolated by yourself, you realize how you communicate with yourself, how you treat yourself.
That's really true.
Yeah. And so I had to come to some really harsh truths about how I self-deprecate and just the way I think about myself. My self-love language.
That was very eloquent, the way that you put that. I've been doing that too. And it's interesting the way that we all kind of deal with things and what we prioritize. And I think it's kind of nice that we have this time to kind of reflect and realize what's important. But it's also great that we're realizing how we feel and how we don't want to feel and what we need to do to get that way. And I'm glad that you've verbalized that too, because I feel the same. I'm glad that I said all those weird things about you at the beginning because you are lovely. And I knew this was going to happen. I totally jumped into talking with you, but before we start the show, I have to do a thing where I say hi to everyone and welcome you properly. And I hope that you and everyone are safe and warm and cozy, and that you have all your special things, and hope you have your special drink, Al.
I do have my special drink.
What's your special drink?
My special drink is a giant 1 liter of Mountain Dew.
It's so funny because almost every week I realize that the term special drink is probably very ambiguous, but every time I have someone on, I'm like, hey, make sure you have a special drink. And people always say, is it okay if I have water? And they feel guilty. And it's so cute and funny because I guess that can mean a lot of different things, like a special tea or a cocktail or pop. But I think it's very cute and funny that you're lying about your huge glass of water right now to make it a special drink.
I'm really playing into my own stereotype by using Mountain Dew, but it is water. And you know what? There is something profoundly special about water because it is the special drink. It's the only drink that really gives you life. You could argue about all the rest of them, but come on, we're made up of 70%. We're not made up of 70% Mountain Dew. That's for damn sure.
I've been good, actually. I've tried to make little concessions that I know that I can stick to. And drinking a lot more water is something that I've been good at lately. Pretty good at. And then I got an app to keep myself accountable, which I know is really silly, but it is helping me because I like popping it in when I've had another glass of water.
Whatever. You don't need to undercut that as a thing. Whatever helps you stay focused. That's awesome. I approve.
So friend, did you have a relationship with books and stories and stuff when you were younger?
I had a stronger one. I had a stronger one when I was young, and then gradually, sort of as I got older, it was less about books and more about video games, admittedly. But
fair.
I will say that Dr. Seuss, growing up, had a huge impact on my imagination as a child, and I think really sowed the seeds of the person that I grew to become, the creative mind that I have. I think I give a lot of credit to Dr. Seuss at an early age.
That's so cool. That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You're both just so animated and silly and wholesome. And did you have a favorite Dr. Seuss book?
It was Go Dog Go was the reigning champion for a while, until I heard an audio cassette tape of Hop on Pop, and then it became like a rap. I was like, this is some dope stuff, man. This is fire.
That's really cute.
So I think, you know what? Oh, it's so hard to pick one. Go Dog Go was, I think, the best one. Easily. Not easily.
I have to read that. I always thanks, bud. That's really cute. Okay. I think that Dr. Seuss always reminds me of how I always credited myself as the first book I ever learned how to read was The Flip Book by Dr. Seuss. But then my mom reminds me of it a little differently. And I feel like that was one of the first situations where I realized about memorizing, and I felt like I was reading it, but I think I was just blowing through the pages and like saying the words that I knew. So
right.
I don't know if I can really claim that, but I did enjoy Dr. Seuss as well.
That's so profound, because I have a niece and nephew that are 3 and 4 years old, and so I'm watching them learn how to read. And I maybe it was my niece who was whipping through this cute, basic book, this novice for us. I mean, I was like, am I supposed to be impressed? Like, but she was reading, and I was just blown away by it. But then my sister was like, I've read this to her like a million times. She's just basically going by memory. It's purely memory that she's going by.
That's impressive too.
Yeah, it's either way, it's just adorable.
Yeah. What types of books did you like reading? Like scary books, or like fantasy books, or animal books?
It's funny you mentioned that, because I was into Animorphs. I was into fantasy animal books.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was huge into Animorphs when I was like a preteen. That was kind of my thing. And I had like 56 of them. I think I had almost the whole collection.
Really?
And yeah, I was huge into Animorphs. Just the idea of changing into whatever animal you wanted, that was just living vicariously through those characters was a dream. It was awesome. And you get to fight aliens, Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
You turn into a bear and then body check an alien. I think is just who doesn't want to do that?
Were those like Transformer-ish type like kids or people that turned into animals and then fought aliens?
Yeah, that's exactly the premise.
Awesome. I feel like I want to read that now.
Oh man, I wonder if it holds up. But it was good. It was a nice diverse group of teens who like get this alien power, and then they have to absorb the animal's DNA. So they have to like find the animal and put their hands on them and focus. And then after they do that, they can turn into that animal. But if they stay as that animal for longer than 2 hours, they are stuck permanently in that body. So
does that ever happen to people?
It happens to one of them. Oh, should I not have ruined it? One of them, his name is Tobias. He gets trapped or something when he's a hawk, and then for the rest of the series, he's like in a hawk's body.
That's not the worst animal to be trapped inside. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, okay, I'll spoil this. At one point later on in the series, they get this other guy comes in from the outside, but he's like he's kind of corrupt and he's not a good guy. He's like using his powers for evil. And so eventually they make the really difficult decision to trap him as a rat. He had to live out the rest, and then they like dropped him on an island somewhere. I think it was pretty cruel how he met his end, but that's how they left him. His name was David or something. They're like, screw you, David. Good luck in the wild as a rat. Oh,
yikes. Well, yeah. I dig it. I'm going to check out that series. I guess that sounds like it could have possibly influenced you getting into video games. And what kind of games do you like? Do you like fantasy video games and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm into all kinds of stuff. Sports, shooters, fantasy stuff, RPGs, the works. Can I, sorry to change the subject, but can I say my favorite book though of all time?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that.
Okay. So sorry.
Don't say sorry. No, I'm excited for it.
Wait. No, like you introduce it as the host. Go for it.
Oh, I wasn't cutting you off to ask you first. Okay, Al, do you have a favorite book of all time?
Oh my God, I'm so glad you asked. Wow. It's right here on my desk too.
That's incredible.
It's Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the trilogy of 4.
That is so wild because I've never read it, and in the last week, 3 people have talked about how great it is. So I feel like this is a sign. It's
a sign, B. Get on it for sure.
I will. What's it? What do you want to talk? Tell what it's about?
Oh man, it is so British humor. So if you're into British comedies in general, it is like it's absurd. It is so.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. It's eloquent and vivid, and there are so many asides in this book. Like there is kind of a straightforward arc or a narrative, but the joy and the beauty in this book are the asides and the imaginative like side worlds that he creates and side stories here and there that are just like, it kind of is stand-up-esque in that sense where you're like, even if there wasn't a really profound through line, you're just glad to have went on this imaginative journey throughout. It's so funny. It's so clever and funny.
That sounds awesome. I'm definitely going to read it. I'm glad that you had that. And I feel like now I just need to get on it. It sounds really good. And there's a movie too, right?
Yeah. And I saw the movie before I read the book and I enjoyed the movie, but it is true. You know, there's just so much content that to make a movie out of such a awesome, incredible book is just, it's impossible. Your work it's just not going to work.
That's awesome. I wish I could talk to you forever. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Me too. I wasn't going to say anything important. Nah.
I wish we could keep talking, and I definitely want to talk to you after this. But before we say goodbye, I have to make sure that everybody knows where they can follow you and all the things that you have coming up.
Okay. I am on Instagram at Alval Comedy. Wow, the timing of that. The production value. Wow. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Alval Comedy below. And I'm on CBC Gem. If you subscribe to CBC Gem, it's free. So go on CBC Gem, their streaming service. I have an episode on New Wave of Stand-Up, episode 3. It's fantastic. I'm really proud of it.
I'm so proud of you. And I know you have a bunch of shows tonight. So I really appreciate you stopping in. And thank you for chatting with me and making me laugh so much.
B, I love you. You are a positive force in the comedy community and a much needed positive force in the world in general. You're awesome.
I love you. You're awesome. Now we have to say our special goodbye, which is that I hope that you have a really nice day today, Al, and you're doing your best, and your best is good enough. And I'm really proud of you, and I appreciate you, and I love you very much. And I hope your shows go great tonight.
Wow. I love you too, B. I hope you're kind to yourself, and I hope that your day is just filled with all the little joys and happinesses that add up to just a wholesome, beautiful day. I hope you feel good.
Thank you, friend, and I hope you enjoy all of your Mountain Dew.
I
love you, bud. Have a great night.
Good night.
Night, buddy. That was really lovely. And I love Al so much. And buckle up, friends, because I know that this, I don't know if we're 2 weeks in or 3 weeks in. I know a lot of people are at different stages of going back to school. My mom's a teacher, and everything is strange and must be a very odd experience to go back with masks and new protocols and stuff. And I know that it can be really stressful. So I found a book that I remember my mom bought my brother when he was young. It was really cute. And I hope that you can it's Friday, just kind of breathe and kind of be kind to yourself, and we can have like a gentle moment where we could read a book about a really cute little elephant going back to school. Guess what? Buckle up. His name's Nathan, and it's time for school, Nathan. And this has been like almost 3 months of doing this show that I love so much, and I still haven't figured out the mirrored reverse image thing. So please bear with me. I'm doing my best here. Okay. Sorry, I keep having to fix all my nose rings. All right, Nathan, it's time for school. That's Nathan. This light is real bright. I hope you can see okay, friends. Okay, that's Nathan, and his alarm's going off. It's pretty cute. So his alarm's going off. It was 7 o'clock and time to get up. Wake up, sir, cried Nathan's best friend, Nicholas Alexander. He calls him sir, and they're best friends. That's so cute. Today is our first day of school. Please hurry. We mustn't be late. And there's Nathan, pretty tired. Oh, his little best friend is this little mouse. A very polite little mouse. Okay. Of all the things we've done and places we've been together, continued Nicholas, school will be the best. No, 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 Nathan quickly replied. You don't understand. I want to go all by myself. All by himself, indeed, muttered Nicholas. After breakfast, Nathan quickly gathered his school things and waved goodbye to Nicholas. Sorry that the lighting is kind of strange, friends. I hope you can see these pictures okay. Nathan jumped into the bus and off he went to school. At school, the teacher asked the children to sit in a circle for roll call. Now, please tell me your names in a loud, clear voice, she said. Amy, Chris, Paul, the children called out. Alicia, Richie, Nathan. Nicholas Alexander, said a tiny voice. Nicholas Alexander, thought Nathan. Uh-oh. I think Nicholas Alexander followed him to school. Will everyone please be very quiet, said the teacher as she opened a large storybook and began to read. Suddenly, Nathan heard the familiar little voice singing. Where are you? Whispered Nathan. You weren't supposed to come. He didn't do a very good job at hiding. He didn't have to yell out his own name. Nathan, said the teacher, please be quiet while I read, and don't play with the coat rack. Oh no, the coat rack fell on him. After the story, the children gathered into groups for playtime. Some children got felt boards, some got clay, and others got toy cars. Richie and Alicia were in Nathan's group. They got a huge puzzle. Oh, there's human kids and animal kids. The three playmates worked long and hard. Just as Nathan very carefully put in the last piece, he felt something tickling him. Spickety, 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 spack, went the puzzle. Nathan, cried Richie, you ruined our puzzle. I'm not playing with you anymore. Neither am I, exclaimed Alicia. I think this is all Nicholas's fault, whispered Nathan. Oh no. I have to be honest with you, friends. I think the last time I read this was about 30 years ago, so I don't know which direction we're headed, but we're all in it together. At recess time, Nathan was the last one to leave the room. All the children followed the teacher, trotting, jumping, running, and sliding, but not Nathan. Nathan just sat under a tree all alone. After a while, Nicholas called out to him. Sir, he said, what is the matter? Nothing, said Nathan. Oh, get Nathan under that tree all alone. Please tell me, said Nicholas. Well, said Nathan, it's just that I thought this was going to be a great day, but everything turned out wrong, and it's all your fault, and I don't ever want to go to school ever again. Nicholas scratched his chin and thought hard. He said, I must admit I might have played a little part in all this. Why? Asked Nathan. You see, replied Nicholas, if you go to school every day and make friends, I won't be your best friend anymore. Oh, of course you will, said Nathan. You will always be my best friend. Really, said Nicholas. Really, said Nathan. I guess I was, well, jealous, said Nicholas. I'm sorry. That is a very self-aware little tiny mouse. They love each other so much. Excuse me. After recess, Nicholas promised to be good for the rest of the day. When Nathan told Alicia and Richie he was sorry about the puzzle, they said they had forgotten all about it. So at snack time, Nathan traded his raisins for Richie's peanuts. Alicia gave Nathan her small chocolate bar. Later, the teacher gave all the children paper and crayons. I have an idea, cried Nathan, remembering a trick Nicholas had once taught him. Nathan folded the paper in 3 parts and explained that they wouldn't know what the picture would look like until the end. First, Alicia drew the head and the front legs of her favorite animal. Then Richie drew the body of his favorite animal. Finally, Nathan drew the back legs and tail of his favorite animal. When they finished, they eagerly opened the paper. Wow, it's pretty neat, exclaimed Alicia. I didn't know this trick, said Richie. It sure is great. My friend Nicholas showed me this, said Nathan. When the teacher saw the drawing, she taped it to the wall and for all the children to see. It is the very best picture, she said. Alicia, Richie, and Nathan were so proud. They all held hands and did a little dance. Look how it turned out. Pretty neat. And that's their cute little dance. Finally, school was over. Nathan grabbed his backpack and started nibbling on his chocolate bar. Nicholas walked with him to the bus. Oh my, said Nathan, school is wonderful. I think I've made 2 new friends. 2 new friends in one day, said Nicholas. That's quite an accomplishment, my dear sir. And you did it all by yourself. Oh, Nicholas, said Nathan. I'm very happy in school, but I can't wait for our weekend treat. They are the cutest friends in the world. This Sunday, I'll be going for a ride on a hot air balloon. Do you want to join me? Asked Nicholas. Yes, I'd love that, cried Nathan. On Monday morning, said Nicholas, you can tell all your new friends about it. That's really sweet. You know something, Nicholas? Tell me, sir. I'm glad we're best friends. Me too, sir, said Nicholas with a smile. Me too. And that is the cutest little story with Nathan and Nicholas and their little school adventure. I hope you like that little story. And for everybody going back to school, teachers and kids and adults, I hope that you're all safe and that you just find little joys throughout the day to kind of keep you going. I know everything's weird, but everything's going to be okay. And I appreciate you all hanging out with me this week. If you're able to, we have a donation link right here. Nailed it, Sean. Everybody at Bad Dog is working so hard to put out this really great content, not to toot my own horn, but all the shows that are on the Bad Dog YouTube channel are just so lovely and important. And if you're able to, it would be really lovely if you could please donate whatever you could. Thank you so much to Sean and to Bad Dog. And everyone, I hope that you have a great day today. And you've done your best, and your best is more than good enough. And I'm really proud of you, and I appreciate you, and I love you. I hope you have a great night tonight. Be kind to yourselves. Drink your water, wear your masks, and everything is just kind of a lot right now, but we just need to be gentle with ourselves and kind and proactive with others. And I really appreciate you. And I will see you next week at 4:30, or you can follow me at B. Bertrand Comedy. Yeah, thanks, friends. I love you. Have a great night.